Welcome to What's Happening. My name is Terry Duenas. I'm sitting in for Linda Sandu, and we're going to be in for a very pleasant surprise this morning. We're going to talk about a series of lectures that are coming up this week that you can go and meet my guests, and you will have a great time. Let me introduce them. To my left is Debbie Felder, who is from Unique Irish Tours.
Correct.
And you are the sponsor of this particular series of lectures.
Correct.
And then our guest lecturer with us is Damien Brennan. And it's terrific to have you. Mr. Brennan is a restaurateur and a Yates scholar. An odd combination.
Odd combination, but true.
But true and probably fun. And you're going to talk a little bit about, tell us what your lectures are going to be composed of, and your unique business.
Yeah, over this coming week, and thank you, Terry, for having us here. Over the coming week, I'm going to be talking to Cape Cod community library groups right across the Cape about two things, really. William Butler Yeats, the Nobel Prize winning poet, who's synonymous with Sligo, which is where I live in the northwest of Ireland. And then in the second series, talking about Ireland and why you should come to Ireland and why it's such an attractive place to visit and how special it all is.
Wonderful.
So that's what we're doing this week. For myself, I also, in the restaurateur bit, is that I take people into my private home, which overlooks Lough Gill, a beautiful part of Ireland in the northwest, and synonymous with Yeats, as I've said. And so people come for lunch or for dinner in coach groups or private groups, and I give them Yeats before dinner and through dinner and after dinner, and I leave them sort of begging for more and saying that they're going to buy a volume.
What a wonderful what a wonderful event to bring some folks who are coming for, probably if they're going to Ireland, they're certainly are going for the beautiful vistas of the country,
and
also
the history and the poetry and the people that are behind all of that, because we're sort of renowned as talkers, I think it's fair to say, and as writers. I mean, for instance, Ireland has had 4 Nobel Prize winning authors, Shaw, Beckett and Seamus Heaney, as well as Yeats, and that's on a tiny island. We're really good at doing this.
Fabulous.
And our landscape is filled with history and with mystery and with archaeology, and that all comes through in the poetry and of Yeats. And indeed, in when I'm talking about Irish travel this week, I'm going to illustrate my talk with other writers who have written poetry about particular places that I'm going to be talking about. So it's going to be a fun way to either discover more about Yeats, if you're interested in literature particularly, and then in turn, if you're interested in Ireland, if you're thinking at this time of year, where should I go this coming summer, and Unique Irish Tours are running a series of tours. They're based here in the Cape. You can meet them face to face. You can trust them, trust me, I trust them.
And
so it's a great way to think about what might we do this summer or this fall for an adventure.
Fabulous. And with that, and with your lectures that you're doing on Yeats, is Yeats accessible to American audiences?
Great question. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeats's words, are very accessible, and once you get sort of introduction I give you, and if you even come to the lecture, you'll have enough to take up a book of Yeats and mull through it and find the poetry that is accessible. And in the west of Ireland, in the northwest, where we're based, excuse me, the landscape is synonymous with Yeats.
Beautiful.
So you look out the window of my house and there's a line that goes, "Where dips the rocky highland of Sleuthwood in the lake, there lies a leafy island where flapping herons wake the drowsy water rats." And you can see exactly how he caught it.
Very lyrical. Very lyrical. Well, it just sounds terrific, and you're going to give the folks who will be lucky enough to come to the lectures a little taste of that. Debbie, can you kind of just go over where the lectures are? You may be watching this program during the course of this week, but we're going to give you where all the lectures are.
Yes, I'll be happy to do that.
With that.
We're beginning today And today we'll be at Osterville, at the Osterville Library at 2 o'clock. We'll be
And today is Tuesday?
Yes, today is Tuesday.
February 18th.
Correct. And we'll be at Truro at 6:30 p.m.
Great.
And tomorrow, Wednesday the 19th, we'll be in Chatham at 10:30, and the Brewster Ladies Library at 2 p.m., and at the Dennis Public Library at 5
Busy
p.m.
busy day tomorrow.
Busy day.
On Thursday, we'll be in Hyannis at 1 p.m. and the Jacob Sears Library in Dennis at 5:30 p.m. On Friday, we'll be at Falmouth, at the Falmouth Library at 10 a.m.
Beautiful.
And for those of you who would like to take a nice little trip to Martha's Vineyard,
Yes.
we'll be at the Oak Bluffs Library at 3 p.m.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so it's a full schedule, and it will be hugely entertaining and very informative and just a lot of fun, and we hope you'll all come.
I think that folks coming to this are going to be very surprised. One, at how much fun and entertaining Yeats and poetry, especially delivered by Mr. Brennan, is going to be, but also the mix that you have at your home when you deliver quality cuisine and combine it with poetry.
Beautiful
Great
poetry,
entertainment.
beautiful scenery. You break into a private Irish home. I always say look for dust, because there is some, but it's a great fun thing to do. Last year when I spoke in Chatham, a couple came off a coach in August past and said, "Hi, nice to see you again." And they'd come to the lecture in Chatham, and it was their first time to Ireland, and I have to think I persuaded them.
I would hope that you would. Well, it would be great, and they would feel that connection with you. And again, is it the lectures that you're doing here predominantly Yeats, predominantly
half and
tourism?
half and half. But I mean, whether you come to the Yeats lecture or you come to the Irish travel lecture, you're going to get lots of poetry. You're going to get a real feel for the magnificent sense of the place we are and where we're at. I mean, it's worth saying, if you look out the window in Nantucket and you see an island, it's not Martha's Vineyard, it's probably Ireland on a good day.
That's
so
wonderful.
and the connections between Ireland and Boston, the flight connections have never been better, and the price has never been better.
Great.
So it's very easy to get to Ireland. It's the nearest spot, 6 hours going over, 7 coming back, and it's an easy way to get to Europe and to have a really genuine cultural experience. Dublin is very comparable to Boston, and then the northwest coast, the Wild Atlantic Way, is just astoundingly beautiful, and it's filled with history and
Fabulous.
with character and with people, as well as beautiful poetry.
Now, I just have to think that people are looking for more out of their vacation dollar than just to go and sit in the sun or do something else. They've got that educational, cultural point.
But that's one of the reasons why Unique Irish Tours is a small group tour company.
Okay.
It's not a large tour company, because we like to be we like to interact with our guests, our travel companions.
Sure.
We will certainly do more than 15, but we like to keep it small, and we've been told that's very much appreciated, because people can receive individual attention, and you're not feeling like you're being herded around.